Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Hit it, Frank! What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Broad Motherfucking Topics. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with my co-host,
Alex Scarlato, and boy, have we had a day.
We have had a day, and we're so excited because we have one of my best friends. Can I call you my best friend?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I feel like this guy, I haven't known him for a long time, but he has become one of my best friends. You know him from the Honeydew podcast. He's one of the funniest guys ever. It's Ryan Sickler.
Thank you. That's nice.
You're welcome.
We've bonded pretty quickly.
I do feel like we're best friends.
Super
Is that
quickly.
weird to say?
Nah.
It's a really nice thing to say.
It is a really nice thing to say.
Yeah,
Also,
because you
think
don't want to
about
be the weird girl that's like, my best friend. You ever met the girl that's not your best friend?
As
that
Yeah.
says
somebody
that?
else who
I
she
have.
calls a best friend, she doesn't say that to everybody.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We're best friends.
I mean
Legit.
that.
I was just thinking about it the other day. Like, I'm 49. How many more times in my life, in this adulthood, am I going to meet a new friend? You know what I mean? A good
fun.
one.
A
A
good
good
Let
one.
alone a new best friend.
Right. Let alone a new bestie.
I'm a bestie.
So here we are.
Here I
we
am.
are.
We went on the road together.
We did. We had a killer weekend in La
We
Jolla.
had fun.
We did.
It was great. Sickler sold out all of his shows.
Nice.
We had a great time. It was fucking packed. Your fans are so cool.
They are good.
They're good people.
Thank God they're good people.
Chill people. They drink. They don't get too drunk. They mostly get high. They're like nice. They're not
You know what
annoying.
a quiet thing every manager without knowing they've told me is they all drink a lot and they tip very well. And I was like, fuck yeah, good. They're
He's
taking
very
care of
well
people out there. Good.
Good. Yeah, we had a great time. We were in San Diego. I got robbed at a coffee shop. Remember that?
Robbed how? How much?
These
what'd you lose?
motherfuckers.
You know, a regular cup of coffee is what, $8? They're charged her with double.
11. It was $11 or $12. I looked because now I set up a thing so that I get a text every
Now
time.
I'm picturing you getting robbed for your call.
Yeah. No, the
Okay,
girl
it was-
behind the counter hustled her.
It was dramatic. It was some hipster bitch with a fucking Target
Hipster
tattoo
bitch,
on her
yeah.
arm. She fucking she
pocketed that extra $4.
And I even told her that her tattoo was nice, which really insulted me that she could smile in my face and then stab me in my back.
Right.
What if that's the reason she got it? Every time that someone says it, she's
I
going
like
to
your
figure out a
tattoo.
way
She
to
doesn't wanna
fucking hustle.
steal. This person trusts me. What if that's her thing? This person trusts me.
Smart.
It's the person.
Can I tell you one of the
most?
fun? I mean, we had such fun, but one of the funniest things all weekend that I saw
What?
Yeah.
was Kim Congdon got way high, and Kirsten and Kim and I were down in the. First of all, you're not allowed to have pets in this hotel now, so now I'm sneaking
We're sneaking
Princess
this
in there
dog in a bag
with a
everywhere.
bag and a blanket over. It looks like we're sneaking a dog
You
in the
can
place,
hear
right?
a barking.
She's so
I have to
small.
start barking at Sickler to play like an
Okay,
off like.
fun.
And there was one time-
role playing.
No
play.
bullshit. A guy and a lady in the elevator. They were talking about something, and the lady barked for some reason, and I was like, "Nah," and the dog just started barking. I was like, "Nah, what are the odds?" But anyway,
You mean a real lady barked in
yeah,
the
she was telling a
elevator?
story like my dog went
Isn't that
like
weird?
that, and I was like, "Get
That
the
is so
of all
unlucky. What are the
times,
fucking odds?
of all fucking times," and the dog
Well,
starts barking.
That's also how I know that this is all a fucking simulation.
Listen, I'm with you
That's
on
crazy.
Why
Who
would she
does
do that? We saw a rollover accident on the way to
that. On the way
fucking
there, the guy got
club.
out of his car on the freeway, and the other one's still smoking.
No.
We called 911. That we couldn't even get through, and we're like, "Oh, people are probably calling left and right." And the lady said we were the first person to call. That's crazy.
3 minutes later, first person to call. Huge
Crazy.
accident.
Anyway, Kim's high as shit. We're all high.
You're mushroom high or
No, I'm
Weed
weed
high.
high. But the way
Okay.
this don't just say I'm high as shit. The way this motherfucker
the whole
smokes.
gang was high as shit. I could tell by the two of you.
Yeah, we are high.
And we're down there trying to put our credit card up against the vending machine, a little tap, right?
Okay.
And I'm watching Kim's like, it's not working. It's not working. And I can see that she's using her driver's license.
Oh,
Okay. And she is touching this mother. So she goes to the next one. She's like, none of them are working. And before I could tell Kirsten, don't say it, she goes, you're using your driver's license. I was like, oh, we could have had we could have video of this. I'd have zoomed in on that shit. I was like, oh God, look at her over there. She was about it though. Like,
So Sometimes you do dumb shit when you're really
That was a good one.
Sounds like a drunk mistake.
Driver's
almost.
license.
I put a
We
lot
weren't
of
even drunk at
Yeah,
all.
that sounds like you're.
I don't know if anyone had. I don't know if I don't think anyone had a drop of alcohol all weekend.
Nobody drank one sip of alcohol all weekend.
That's my kind of weekend, sister.
Yeah.
Way better.
Way better. No drinks.
Feel you guys on that.
It's just too much. I'd rather eat. If I'm going to
Yes.
fill up on sugars
Yes.
and something that's going to make me feel bad, I'd rather it be food. The thing I
Also,
liked about
smoking
Sickler...
weed and eating goes together so well, and smoking weed and drinking alcohol kind of just fucks you up and gives you the spins.
Worst night, you can't work like that. You can't enjoy your day the next day. It's too much. And I like hanging out with Sickler because he's the type of person, I sent you this meme.
That was nice, yeah.
He's the type of the person that we're at lunch. He takes us out to, what was it, a sushi spot for lunch. And while we're eating the sushi, this motherfucker's going, where are we going for dinner? Like mid-sushi.
But also, in my defense, as I chanted USA, USA, we had 2 shows, and we had to figure out, because anything decent was closed after the second show.
Right.
So while we're having lunch, we need to figure out what we're going to have for dinner. We're going to get fucked and get
Yeah, 'cause
garbage.
first show's too early, second show's too
7-Eleven
late.
fucking
I
hot
get that. I
dogs
also
and
feel like
shit.
that's travel energy. Like if you're not in your place where you live, you're anywhere else. What do you have to do other than eat? Like
Yeah.
waiting.
It's so
Always
good to
awaiting
eat
your next
sushi
meal.
and be on Yelp looking for the next thing. Oh,
that's a
hell
dream.
That's
yeah.
living like a king. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, except this bitch stole from me.
It's at $4.
I won't let it go.
I know.
She fucking didn't turn the iPad over after I ordered the coffee. You know when you're before I had ordered the day
Okay.
before, and it gave you the choice of the tip,
Of course.
and she didn't turn it over.
Which
and
I don't like that, by the way. I don't like how now I'm being suggested to give a tip
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Subway?
Like I walked in
Subway.
the nerve, the fucking
Subway.
like I
absolute
part of me-
balls.
Get the fuck out. And I go basic on my
You guys
sandwich.
had a pedophile as a mascot. Don't
Thank
ask
you.
me for a tip.
Subway wants a tip.
I have no problem in the world pressing no tip and swinging it back at them.
Actually, I
don't
flip
give
it.
a fuck,
That's how
dude.
it falls.
I want them to see that I'm not giving them a tip.
I always get pressured. I go, here's $1, too.
It depends on where I
Delivering
am.
something to my house, or if they're my Uber driver, or if whatever. But if I'm doing all of the work of going into the place where you buy the item, I'm not giving the guy a tip because he works behind the counter. It's
Dude,
fucking psychotic. I'm
and
sorry.
and
Maybe I'm
it's-
wrong, but I don't care.
You think Subway's bad? It's at the craziest places. I'll go into a place to buy a soap. I'll go into a soap shop, handmade soaps.
Like what? Oh,
handmade
like
soaps. I'll click the thing and then it'll say tip, and I said, "Bitch, this is your store."
Yeah.
We're an artisanal fucking
Yeah,
soap shop.
I bought a $72 soap, and your ass want from your fucking
$72
small
soap.
shop.
There's
now
a
you want a
9%
tip?
gratuity included.
I'm done.
Like, is that what that says right here?
I'm done.
You made this soap in your bathtub, by the way, at home. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I can't.
I'm done.
Is that show soap, like show towels? You know what I mean? You don't really use the soap. It just sits out for decoration.
No. I use all my soaps.
Okay, you use your soaps.
My soap's good.
You don't
Good
have any
use.
show soaps?
Straight in my butt. Every soap I've got's gone straight to my ass.
That's her inside soap.
It's my inside soap. Yeah, so this bitch takes money from me. And then
So you're saying she pressed the 15% or whatever?
I don't
it
know
was
what
on
she
her
did.
own?
I don't know what she did, but I was like, that's weird. And then I get a text because I added a thing on my phone that every time I get a text when I get a charge. And then it said it was $12. And I said, are your lattes $12? I went back and I did this with my head. And that means a Puerto Rican's about to hit you. So I said, are your lattes $12? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, I think I got overcharged. And she was like, okay. And then I looked at my receipt and I had 2 lattes on there. But there was only 1 latte on the counter. She only made 1 latte, but her ticket said 2.
charged you for
Which
2
means she was going
lattes.
to charge me for 2, see if I didn't notice, and then when I didn't notice, I know what she was going to do because I am a scammer. She was going to delete the latte off, but still have that $6 that I had gone missing that I don't care about, obviously, in the ether. And then she was going to transfer that over to her own tip.
My friend and I used to have a similar
I
grift
think a
at
little
the
differently.
McDonald's.
You think differently?
Slightly. I think she's keeping your money,
Okay.
but I think she's making that coffee and she's having it for herself. I think you bought her a coffee too. That's what I think.
I think they drink free coffee.
At Buzz, $19 motherfucker.
Now you're calling them by name. Buzz, we do not accept. We said it before. We'll say it again.
At 5 Z's at the end of that motherfucker.
Everything is allegedly on the Broad Topix.
That was 5 minutes for every motherfucking minute you waited. It was like 40 minutes for a black cup of coffee.
But it was really good. Really good coffee. Even if
expensive.
they steal from you, it's good.
I'm sorry, we interrupted. I want to hear
No,
the
they give me the money
McDonald's.
back.
I want to hear your
No,
McDonald's.
I mean,
scam.
I kind of get it. I feel like well, I used to have
scamming at the
we were scamming Mickey
I'll trade
D's,
you a
me and
hustle,
my
it's
friend.
okay.
We
Let's
were
hear
on
it.
the drive-through together, and I can't remember exactly how it was done. I know that she would put in she was taking the orders, and she would put in way more than the people actually ordered. Then charge them, refund. It was a way that we were actually fucking stealing from McDonald's and not the customers, which is why we felt okay about it.
Yeah,
I can't remember
that's
how
how
it
you
got
do
to
it.
that, but I mean, we got as like 16-year-olds like a couple $100 each out of this before we were like, I don't want our manager to find out that our first job ever, we got the police called on us. I can't. But
Yeah, you go to jail.
but we did get a couple $100. It was great.
I'll tell you the hustle we did. I might have just told you this in La Jolla. So when I first moved here to LA, I got a job at a hotel, right? A high-end Beverly Hills hotel right down here in at off Pico and Beverville. It's a Lowe's hotel now, but it was called the Beverly Prescott back then. And I worked a bunch of different jobs, but front desk was primary.
It's like 5-star service.
Yeah, high fucking end. And I come from Baltimore. Like I didn't even know what a concierge was until I worked at this place. I was like, a what?
He was like, "Isn't that when you eat snails?"
I didn't know any of this shit, right? I didn't know turn down service. I didn't know anything about fancy hotels because I had never been I hadn't even been in a lobby of a place like this, but now I'm working there, right? So they have this deal. These older men would come in, and when I say old, we're talking mid to late 70s, not 60s, 70s, shuffling, you know, but dripping with money. And they've already they go to the GMs. This is what blows me away of the hotel, and they say, look, I'm going to be fucking a bunch of different prostitutes or side chicks. I can't put it on a credit card because my wife's going to find out about it. So I'd like to make a cash exchange. Okay, this is all done before we even know about this. And that's what they do. Okay, and then the GM will come to us and explain to us these situations. So we're going to have a guest today. He's going to be in around 2 p.m. He's going to pay cash. And what happens is when you pay cash, at least back then, I think you had to put like $2,500 down in case you trash that fucking room or whatever, because they don't have any way to get it.
That they would have taken on your credit card.
And then when they come back, it's like a $500 cash room for the day, and then you give them the $2,000 back.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
And these $2,500 is like a quarter to these
them,
motherfuckers.
yeah.
It's nothing, and I'm just looking at $2,500 like it's $25,000. You know.
Right.
So these guys will come in. They come in the lobby, and the girl is down in the garage, and she is sent up through the service elevator. She's not allowed to come in the lobby.
Like a celebrity.
Right, not allowed to
But
like
sluttier.
a side chick, like a side chick,
Like a fucking
like a
slutty
side chick.
celebrity.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Like a celebrity in porn.
so we'll check him into the room. We'll be like, okay, you're in room
Just getting ready for old dick.
old.
I know. That,
Wrinkly dick.
I know. Old dick
Powdered
is so
dick.
distributing to me. Like, it
Metamucil breath.
just takes
When
so
you said
much
powdered,
money.
I felt like it was powdered wig and not Johnson & Johnson. I felt like I was so old I had a powdered wig down there.
No, I think they powder their dick.
I just think, yeah,
wig.
they have to powder them or else they get crusty.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So we check the dude into like whatever, 502. Then he'll, excuse me, tell her 502. He goes up the main elevator. She goes up the service elevator. They meet. They're supposed to be there.
They're comfortable with so many like employees knowing the whole situation.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
all
lot.
knew. You
Yeah.
all know because he comes in, he does his cash, whatever. We check him in. He's got to have his real name.
It's like a whole
So-
thing where a guy will take different women to the same restaurant, and the people at the restaurant will act like it's the first time seeing the guy.
Yeah.
We have a guy who does that at least just gangs every week.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
So, I was telling Kim that these guys, they're supposed to be up there fucking these young girls and when I say young, I don't want to be not underage at all, but for 77, these girls are probably mid-20s, you know, late 20s. That's young in comparison to these dudes.
And most 77-year-olds just aren't even fucking anymore. Like,
So that's what I was going to say. 20 minutes every time. 20 minutes every fucking time. So the hustle was, we knew they didn't shower. They were in and fucking out. All they did was probably mess the bed up a little bit. So we would call housekeeping and say, hey, we just checked a family into 502, but it's on the street side. It's too loud. They want the other side of the hotel. We're going to switch them over. Boom, housekeeping goes in, flips that fucking room around as if it's never used. We wipe it out of the system. Homeboy comes back down. We give him his $2,000 and we all split the 500.
Nice.
All the time. We were hoping these dudes were cheating on their wives. We were like, come on, man. Where are these old guys with the young girls today? Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. They're coming. Oh, here he comes.
Shuffling in. And these girls were cute because you'd see them from time to time. The door would accidentally open up and be like, damn, her. Like, oh,
Really?
oh, head turners.
All right, you guys, let's take a quick moment and talk about one of our favorite sponsors. You guys, if you're listening to this show, you've heard of them before, you know all about them. It's fucking rockauto.com. Now, this is important for people who like own a car, or if you work on cars, or if you have like a car shop. That's like if you have a car shop and you haven't heard of this company already, that would be crazy. But if you just like own a car, this is a really cool place where you could get just about any auto part you need at a really good price. So let's say like you got into a fender bender and your fender's bent and now you need a new fender. Go to rockauto.com. They probably have the right fender to your car. And if they don't, you might even just have like a blast looking at other things that they have for your car. They are the like leader in car parts in this world. They've been in business for over 20 years and they make it really easy to find the parts you need at the best possible prices. The best part, there's no more talking to counter guys who need to order your parts, aren't really sure what you're looking for, never have quite what you need, and then after all the hassle, will still charge you storefront markups. I dealt with this earlier this year, actually. Mike Harrington had to make a complaint to the Better Business Bureau because a counter guy, like, kind of just noticed that I was a woman and was like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this girl. I'm going to take her for all the money she's got. Guess where that wouldn't have happened? rockauto.com. At rockauto.com, you could easily find everything you need, and whether you're a mechanic, an auto shop, or just working on your own car, everyone has access to the same incredible pricing. So if you're into cars, go to rockauto.com and check out all the parts they have available for your car. One more time, that's rockauto.com. No promo code needed because their pricing is already that good. When you order, just let them know that you heard about them on Broad Topix podcast. That's going to help us out, and you know we love it. All right, one last time, rockauto.com. Let's get back into the show.
Head turners.
I wonder if any of the wives ever tried to get back at them by banging young, hot dick.
No.
Old
I
women.
mean,
No, it just doesn't happen like that.
No, we're just not built like them.
There's that one.
even if you are, you know what you're getting?
What?
You're not getting what we're getting when we pay for it.
No.
You get the beauty and the good looks for free. We got to pay for that.
Yeah.
You start paying for dick, you're not getting. God, imagine what that
now,
looks
a guy
like.
that's like an escort,
Yeah,
it's like a Fabio type.
maybe worse.
I feel like, yeah, no, it would have to be like a sugar mama type situation.
I'm out on that.
No.
I'm not.
Yeah, no, that would never happen because the woman doesn't get enough from it. Or
No,
like,
what are they? No, just like mediocre
away from
dick.
me.
Yeah, an annoying dude. Get out.
Not a young man bothering me in my glory years.
My glory years.
My worst nightmare. A young man. Not anyone but a young man, please. I'm done. But yeah, I went to the beach one day when we were in San Diego.
Yeah.
I had a fucking. And was I wrong about what I was a Karen? Well, I was a Karen at the
A
restaurant.
few times.
I was a Karen a few times. Tell me.
Kim can become a diva sometimes.
She wasn't wrong though. I
But
wasn't.
I'm never wrong.
She's never wrong.
I was not
never
wrong at the
wrong.
restaurant. I wasn't at the beach, but I feel like if the situation was similar to the
It's
restaurant,
not
I'm
that
gonna
I'm a
side
diva.
with you.
It's that I'm just not going to silently let people fucking live in this
Spray
dumb
their
idiot
nonsense
world.
everywhere.
around Kim.
No,
You
don't be an
can't.
idiot around me.
Yeah.
Just don't waste my time. There's too many idiots. If I was dealing with idiots every day, I wouldn't have enough time to live.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be able to enjoy my life because I'd be like concerned about idiots. I would rather them move.
So what happened at the beach or
well,
whatever?
first at the restaurant.
Guy, this little
This was bad.
squirrely motherfucker. Squirrely's
Squirrely.
the best way to. He wiry, squirrely,
Just sit down. It's beautiful.
sweaty and damp. Real, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Just
he's
that.
He's a server.
And he sneezes 4 times in a row,
Loud.
loud as fuck. Just not even,
Right.
half-assing it. It could easily. And then
No,
he's
like that.
grabbing. Then he's grabbing everybody's drinks and
Over
food.
the bar.
Over the bar.
Coming over the
And
elbow.
Kim tells them, go tell him to wash his hands. And she can't. And so they go. 2 people go over and whisper to him. He like looks back,
And I look him right in the eye.
and he goes to the other side. we never see him.
Go
If
wash
he
his
disappears to wash his hands, I have no idea. But he goes the other side.
Does he go out?
She
of
was so
sight?
bothered by it. She's just staring over there
Okay.
into the abyss, and I'm like, "Eat your pancakes.
Talk to me.
Eat your pancakes."
He's like trying to be like, "We're gonna have
Eat
great
your
shows tonight."
pancakes.
I'm like,
You hear only your own dialogue in your head about how upset you are with this motherfucker.
You know how I am about germs.
Yeah.
And then he
just
mad
sneezed
dogged you
all
on the
over
way
the
out.
whole restaurant, all over the service bar.
You're
where all
about
the
to sit
drinks
down.
are. I'm so
We're
upset.
sitting and watching
You're
it.
sitting.
Yeah.
And they bring over we get ceviche,
Oh yeah.
which is like so sensitive to sneeze. Does that make sense? It's
No,
like
it does seem
if
like
I had
it-
a fried burger, it would be like better.
And
or
also
like a
the
burger.
buns like protecting the burger. Ceviche just open to the
Ceviche's
world.
Open fish with like ready to
Yeah.
suck a sneezing.
I get it.
Does that make sense?
Landing right on the chips.
Because in my head, I start panicking and I start thinking of those little details and the little particles going like. And you can see it in my eyes. You're like, Kim, move on.
She was locked. She couldn't let it go.
Sneeze on for some reason. Yeah.
It took me a while.
There's sneeze
but I
foods.
moved past it.
We had I used to have a friend whose father, anytime they went to a restaurant, if the server brought your drinks with his hand over
I
it like
hate
that,
that.
he would let him set it down. He would say, "Now go get me another one and put your hand around it like this." And then they would just humbly go back. And be like, "Oh,
Yes. Why are you putting your
Why are you
hand
putting your
over
dirty
my
fucking
drink?
hand over my drink?"
I see it all the
It's funny
time. It
'cause when
drives
it's
me fucking
when it's
nuts.
my own drink, I feel like I put my hand over it to protect it from the outside world.
Of
but
course.
but it's somebody else that's completely inappropriate.
But I
It's
also
like,
I
have
don't
a
need your
rule.
palm over my coffee.
yeah, it's like I'm allowed to touch my private parts, but you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I can smell them. Exactly. If, like, now I forgot the fuck I was going to say. Oh, if it's egregious, I'll say something.
Okay.
If it's not, I don't like to fuck with it until I get my food. Because I believe
You
they're
worry.
rubbing their nuts all over my food and spitting all over my food and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
get
like to
that
wait
too.
till the food is here and then be like, hey, by the way,
And you always want to be really polite about
yeah,
it when you're bringing
take
it
this
up.
shit back because
No, I
the
said-
homeboy over there sneezed 9 times.
He needs to go wash
needs
his
to go.
hands.
Kim
And
said he needed to be fired.
No, I said he needs to be sent home. He's obviously sick. He was going like
He was, yeah.
He was dripping.
dripping,
Dripping,
sweating,
sweating.
tired. I'm like, he needs to go home.
He had
I
some-
don't want to sit down at your restaurant when this fucking mutant is the face of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was your server.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
But he didn't come over to this
It
my
didn't
side of the
matter.
restaurant until I left. Did he not come? We didn't
He
see
did
him.
not. He stayed way
We
the fuck.
didn't see
I think
him.
they put him
Wow.
outside until Kim left, and they
I was
brought him
so
back
upset.
Wow.
I was so visibly
Mm-hmm.
upset by it. It was so gross. But then I felt better when I didn't see him.
Yeah,
And
you will
then
never sit
in. A
through
little
discomfort.
something on your skin. There's that white right here. You touched it. Is it cream or something right there?
Maybe wax. I was surfing.
Oh, you might have wax on you.
I was surfing.
It's stuck. Probably wax.
It's
I
wax.
hope it is. Jesus
it.
Christ, Kim.
Oh, it's right here?
No,
It's also up here.
up there.
Jizz?
That's what I'm wondering over
Who
there.
jizzed on my chest before
You
this?
came in the studio with jizz chest.
Don't be coming with a pearl necklace on this on the
I haven't heard that in a long time. I haven't heard pearl necklace in so long. That's a
be wearing my-
oldie.
I
That's a
just was at
oldie
the
but a
beach.
goodie. Right?
I was just at the beach. Yeah, we went in. I was a Karen again at the beach that day. I went and sat down at the beach, and these motherfuckers started playing loud EDM behind me.
Oh, there's nothing Kimmy hates more than beach music.
Well, I hate EDM the most.
Yeah,
even
Loud
not
ass
at the
EDM.
beach. At an EDM concert, I hate EDM. When I'm at the beach and the waves are going,
It's the most beautiful sound of nature there is, honestly.
and then every once in a while you get a, that's my bird.
I got it. Yeah, I heard the bird.
How did
That's
they
good.
do it?
Yeah.
Now I hear,
Some really European shit.
I'm done. Then they started bullying me. They said I was the main character
Yeah,
because
they-
I was reading a book.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
You're reading a book?
about awakening after I complained.
She's
proud of
laying
you.
on her mini surfboard, ass all out,
I'm
and
proud
over
of
there
you.
yelling at people.
Kimmy opened a book and yelled at the music
I'm trying to take a
people.
nap. She's down there carrying the beach up, she told me.
Yeah, but you really are growing up. I feel like that's so grown up to be lying on the beach reading a book, yelling at the people playing music.
It is. I'm getting old.
You're getting older.
You're getting
I would have
old.
never. Yeah, but
You're
they were like-
maturing.
I was like, can you bring your Coke energy somewhere else? Not on a nice beach. This is like you don't belong
That's
here.
Sunday afternoon
I don't
in
know
La
how to
Jolla.
say this,
Yeah.
but you don't belong
Yeah.
here. But it was fun, and
And did they turn the music off?
no,
Down.
they didn't turn it. They
I
turned
thought you
it
said they turned it down.
like a notch.
Oh, really?
Like I had to physically move to the other side of the beach, and I did in front of them, and I could hear them like snickering when I moved. But I could have fought him and I didn't.
Proud of you.
Thank you guys.
Proud of you.
Thank you guys. I'm growing and learning every day, sweetie. I am a different person at the beach.
Yeah. You absolutely are. You are, I feel like you're a family gal at the beach.
I am. I want to stop.
Generally.
I want to talk.
She likes to
people.
make friends with new people. Let everybody exchanges where they're from. They end the conversation with one of these. Oh, bye.
Bye, Greg.
It was one of these.
Craig.
That was my friend today.
Today was Greg. Last time was Theo. We got a little
Theo.
too close with Theo.
Yep.
Was he the weirdo you told me about?
Yeah.
It got turned weird. Yeah. I
He
remember.
went from 6'2" to 5'4".
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Real
he
quick.
formed on the beach. But you know what? Sometimes when I take a little too much mushrooms and I hit the beach, a little Theo comes out of me
Yeah, I
too.
hear you.
Comes out of you.
I start rolling in the sand. I get a little. I could talk to dogs too.
This man had sand on his lips.
But I get
like,
that.
He rolled in the
I
sand
don't.
so much that it was all over his lips. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
I'm glad.
It is.
I'm glad you didn't see me at the beach.
When today?
Yeah,
Or-
because like
Can we tell him what happened before the beach?
yeah,
So
you know Sara.
Of course.
Weinshenk, my
Sarah
baby
Weinshenk,
girl.
she's the
my
best.
soulmate.
Shank. The
My
best.
sister.
She's a little queen.
Yeah.
We had to go to her house this morning. Like we met up with her there before the beach.
We
So
had to
that-
do a Zoom call.
Yeah, so that she and Sarah could take a brief meeting. And during this meeting, I go into the bathroom to find a candle on fire. Is the only way I could describe it.
You
It's
mean-
like this
It's
big,
a candle about this big.
Uh-huh.
It's on the
Tall.
back of her toilet.
and it's like a huge
The
flame. in
flame
it.
coming maybe like
The
a
whole
foot
candle.
up the candle.
Just
Shank's just sitting there
Shank's
shitting lighting the
making
joint
our way
like
downtown.
lighting the joint like
walking
the back of the toilet.
And I look at it and I'm like, they're in the middle of a meeting, so I'm like, I'm not even gonna. It looked
Did
like
you
it was
put it out?
contained. It was contained for the
Contained.
moment.
It was
I was
contained.
like, I know this thing's not going anywhere right now. And
Ceiling's black as shit up there.
well, she has like
A shelf over
a
it?
shelf over
Oh, that's
it with
burnt.
like a big like wicker basket. I swear to God, on the
She
shelf.
had
This is
only-
all
Flammable
bad.
shit you've
She had
ever seen
only
in your
had
life.
flammables above it. It's like she
It
placed
was
the
full of
candle.
toilet paper. Like,
The toilet paper was hanging.
Like dangling right over it.
She
And
had some
shit.
yarn. I don't
Yeah.
know, like anything.
right, and I'm looking at it, and I noticed that she put a whole fucking stick of, Palo Santo. The stuff. It's like
This
it's
bitch.
like
You know the white girls.
incense.
They like
You light the
they
stick
s-
of wood and it smells good. Or
Like
supposed to
not
clear the room?
champra. Oh, you
Yeah.
mean sage?
Yes, but the wooden
similar, but it's
version.
like a wooden
Okay,
one.
I know what you're talking about.
She must have lit this 2-wicked candle.
it
I was
and then
gonna
just-
joke and say it was a sage candle, and it's what she did. She threw that
let
shit in it.
She lit
Nah.
a candle with 2 wicks that had maybe this much melted wax in it, and she just threw a piece of wood on the fire.
She
She
threw wood
on
on
the fire.
She created everything you need to make a bonfire in her bathroom.
Oh my god!
In her bathroom.
Yeah, so
Shank.
these two finished their meeting.
You
and I'm
can't
like,
smell that like pouring through the
It
house.
smells great, honestly.
It
It's
smells so
beautiful.
good.
It doesn't smell like everything's about to burn down.
No.
All right, so
It
she's at her
just smells like
parents'
a
house,
really
not
good
out in the
candle.
canyon.
No, we're in the canyon.
Oh no
This is in the
way!
canyon.
That's
This could've been
extra
bad.
dangerous.
This could have been
It's
international
dry
news.
as fuck
This
out
was
here
almost
right
really
now.
bad, dude. This was
This was
almost.
going to be news that made it all the way back to New York, dude.
Now this call we're doing is kind of an important call, and she doesn't know if she should interrupt us to be like during our Zoom meeting.
I'm literally,
to be
like,
there might be a
evaluating-
fire because it would be.
I'm like the fire marshal looking at it going, I think it's going to hold out another couple minutes. I'm like,
no, you're waiting for our Zoom call to end.
I don't know what. I think I would maybe try to set it in the tub or something. Doesn't you have a
was
tub?
there was no picking
hot.
it up. There was no
It
thought of
was
even
so
touching
hot.
it.
It was starting to crack.
I was
and it's
nervous.
big, dude. It's big and on fire.
And you're
It's
just watching that, like looking at them,
Shank
watching
told me-
that.
yeah.
I'm listening to them. I'm like, it sounds like they're going to wrap soon. I think this thing is going to hold out another 10 minutes, like for sure.
Shanks told me one time that she had a crush on a guy, and when she knew he was going to come by, she bought a 16-wick candle, and I feel like that was the candle.
16 wicks.
Hey, she was
Oh,
trying to
man.
get some dick that night.
I mean, trying to get it,
the
getting
more-
it, getting it again, getting it again. Those wicks are
The
still going.
the more wick, the better the dick. The more the wick, the better the
The way
dick.
Sarah's
You got a
house
22 wick candle.
is like it's like she lives in a tree house.
She
too.
does.
Like it's completely all wood.
With fire.
everything.
So we come out
with fire furniture.
We finished this call, and even then, still Alex is like, "How was the call? It sounded good." She's having.
I did
you
take a
haven't gone
second.
immediately
I did
to,
take a
hey
second.
man.
I can't believe she didn't go
No,
immediately.
you know what happened? I was like a tiny bit stoned. It took me like 2 minutes to be like, oh yeah, the fire.
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
So what'd you do?
So
Did you wave your driver's license
I
at
was
it?
like, no, I was like, Sarah, is your candle's like not supposed to like be on fire, right? And she was like, what? No, what? And went running in to look at it, and everybody, first of all, the two of them reacted a lot less like calm, cool, and collected than me.
You've been looking at it for 10 minutes.
Looking at this thing for a
you're
while.
used to it. She's in there roasting
I've been
marshmallows.
staring into the
she's living
fire.
her best life, and she's taking pictures with it. It's on her
I
Instagram
was
story.
seeing my own spirit in the fire, connecting with my higher self. I was doing a whole thing.
Oh,
Kim and
God.
Sarah were like, put it out! Put it out! Sarah,
How'd you put it out?
She ran to the
Sarah grabs a glass of
sink.
water.
She grabs a glass of water.
Pours it on.
She throws it on
goes,
the fire.
Yeah.
and it gets
I mean, it licked the wicker basket. It licked it back and forth like sensually, dude.
I panic. I don't know.
Kim is in a full panic. 'cause that's
I'm
just
running
happening. They're
in
going
a
back for
circle.
more
There's
water.
no, I'm not even getting water. I'm running in a circle, going, "What can I grab?" I'm looking at Sarah's closet, and she was like, "She'll get mad." I'm going, "She'll get mad if I use her vintage."
Man.
And then I go to her blankets. I'm like, "That's too fluffy. Like I can't find
I know.
anything that's just like if there was
frying
a fire,
pan.
I'd take this
Also,
thing.
Sarah's going back for more water to make it bust
Worse.
open again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, guys, I think we need a blanket, like a wet towel, something like
I
that.
don't know. I can't.
What do you mean you don't know? What the fuck happened? You just
panicked.
left it?
No,
You
Sarah.
found out today that you're really bad in an emergency.
Yeah, Sarah threw a second thing of water on it, and
And
it
it
finally
somehow
went out.
worked.
The candle oil was boiling.
We could hear it.
Jesus.
It was bubbling for another 5 minutes after
5 minutes
after
you
we
could hear
put it
it
out. I was like,
It was like haunting us. And then Shank is so neurotic. We were. This is the best part.
Look at you two. Look at you two.
This is the best part.
She's crazy,
We
dude.
had there's this guy. I'm gonna make up a name. There's this guy because he has a funny name too. That we had to email back earlier that morning. She puts out the fire, goes, shh, and she goes, "We have to email back." Philistine.
So professional. So professional.
really take a minute from the email, sister.
So professional. Fucking fire's bubbling and smoldering. She's talking about fucking Eskimo Joe over here.
Philistine. And I was like, what?
She was
still
still,
think
she
the whole
still had the
canyon-
bucket in her hand when she was talking about emailing him.
That glass, you couldn't even touch it for 40 minutes.
She
it was
wanted
so
to move it so
hot.
badly. We were like, it's gonna explode into
The
your
wall
eyes.
had black behind it a little.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Dog, it was crazy.
That first, like, you know when they do tricks at hibachi?
Yeah. Hibachi going wrong. That's
Fucking
what's
crazy, dude.
Stack of onions.
Shanks flicking shrimp into people's mouths. Crystals.
It was bad.
Flipping crystals into people's mouth.
It was bad. It was shocking.
Oh,
and you know
shit.
what? I am shocked about how bad I did. But to be honest, not really. I've had tester situations where I do panic.
Like what?
You're
What's a
a panicker, I
what's a
guess.
tester situation?
In college one time, my friend Brandon and my friend Roger, I would go and pay my rent and late. And it'd be like by midnight, or they charge you $50. So 11:58, I'd be running to the box to go put my rent in. And then I was walking back from paying my rent to my apartment, and I noticed two guys really far away, and they were in hoodies. And I saw one of them go like this, and he points at me, and I was like, that's weird. And they both put their hoodies up, stick their hand in their pocket, and just start running at me, full sprint. And he gets up to me and goes like this, and I just sat.
Were
And
they gonna double rape you?
maybe.
It was like who's like boys and also going out to rape together? It's too much.
Well, they
Stop.
weren't. It was my friends
Oh, okay.
tricking me.
What did you do though?
I sat and I pissed myself.
No.
I just sat.
Kim, did you really pee?
I went like this.
Did you really pee?
And I sat
You
and I
just
just
peed.
You sat down while they were running at you. You sat down.
peed. And just peed.
You pissed yourself.
I pissed myself,
in
and they were
fear.
like, ew. And I was like, I peed myself. Like, not fully all the way down, but there
They
was
should
like
have
a
bought
big
you
wet
new
spot.
everything.
Like nothing
Jeans,
short of a
underwear.
literal superhero could have saved you. Nothing short of fucking.
And I
a
did the
flying
thing where I was
man.
gonna run and stay, and I was just kind of stuck, so I sat.
You sat and peed.
So I know I'm not great in an emergency situation.
You're actually the worst I've ever heard of.
That's terrible.
I don't know why. I don't know why, because you would think I'd be good in one.
Well, now you know jujitsu. Do you think you'd still sit and pee?
Maybe.
But you'd fight in it, though.
But
You'd
I'd
fight
have
it,
him
put
in an
their head in
armbar.
it, put it right in your crotch
Yeah,
and piss on them.
yeah.
They might be into it, though. Then you're
Yeah,
really in
then he's
trouble.
coming.
That's his super strength.
Nightmare.
That's your luck.
He got away with it. He raped you after all.
He raped me after that,
He came in
too.
my eyes and blinded me, and he got away, this son of a
God
bitch.
damn it, you got me again.
I had a situation like yours, but we have the opposite reaction. So when I was in college, I would do a newspaper route for the New York Times in Baltimore. I'd go to Baltimore City, I'd pick up the New York Times, and then I would go and deliver it to people who had a subscription. I would start in the city, I'd work my way all the way down to Annapolis, and then back up. Okay. That was like my circle, and it was far, and there's no one out that time of night. And my cousin originally had the job, but the route was so big, he lobbied them to split it in half. So he took one half, I took the other. So he knew the full route. So one night I get a flat tire, and I'm out there changing it. And it's payphones back then. I get a hold of him, and I'm like, look, man, I'm going to just let them know my shit's going to be late. I'm putting this baloney skin on. He was like, no problem. So I put the little baloney tire on, and there's always this one fucking house, okay? And it was, I'm trying to explain it. So if we're all looking this way, it's front-facing doors going down, okay? So if we all walk out, we look this way, and to the left is the street. Make sense?
Yes.
There's like a fence here, but everybody's got to go this way to get out, or this way around to the right, okay? There's no walking directly forward.
Yes.
And the guy all the way in is the one with the fucking paper, and always their lights are off. It's pitch black. The further you get down in there, it's scary as fuck. So I would just throw the best I could, and he would always complain. And my supervisor one night's like, I'm going to ride with you. I'm like, come, dude. And this dude had been delivering papers for like, it was like his job. And when he saw that, he's like, fuck that. He said, fuck that. And he called him. It's like, we're going to throw it out front. That's it. So this day, because of the delayed delivery, because of the flat tire, the sun's just starting to come up. Okay. And I'm on my way to King's Dominion, which is an amusement park in Richmond, Virginia, with a friend of mine. And I tell him, chill right here. If I don't come back in a minute, for real, come fucking get me. Because now I'm going to be a nice guy. The sun's up a little bit. I'm going to walk that fucking paper, and I'm going to throw it right to your door.
Yeah.
So I walk halfway down. Now I'm 3/4 of the way down, and I go to flip the paper. And as I let that paper go, around that corner, this black hoodie, just all black hoodie, black pants, black shoes, is sprinting right at me. And I mean full speed. And I froze, and I was like, and the guy's coming at me, and I look back, and it's so far back to run, I'm not going to fucking make it. Yeah. And I just made the decision. I was like, fuck it. And I just started running at that motherfucker. And I went right at him. And just as I was about to crush him, my cousin, he pulls his hood off. He's like, it's me.
No.
I was like, oh my God.
Same fucking story.
Oh my
dude.
God. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing charging me? I was like, well, I figured I was probably going to die here. And I didn't want to go out like a bitch. I'm going to go out at least swinging. Who knew? And then now that I know it's you, I would have won. I'd have picked your little ass up and fucked
You're like,
you.
I fought you before.
Yeah, I would have fucked you up.
Damn, that's
It scared
so
the
funny.
shit out of me.
It is so scary.
Wow. Also, I've never been attacked by one of my friends.
Yeah.
Oh man, we used to scare each other all the time.
Wild.
So you know that I don't know if it's an urban legend, but the story of like women getting in their vehicles late at night and they put one foot down and the guy will cut their Achilles or grab them, all that Achilles. You ever heard of those?
That one?
There are like a bunch of those stories, you know?
Yeah.
And they're always telling women to look under their cars before they get in and all this shit. So that story had been going around for a while.
Under a car is like a tight squeeze, I feel.
It is.
Well, a friend of mine, we all worked at this retirement community in like high school and college. And he drove a Suzuki Samurai. Do you remember that car? It was a death trap. Literally.
That sounds like a Tekken character.
It was. It was their version of like a Jeep, so
Okay.
to speak, and it was. I think it was Auto Trader. One of them rated it and said this is a wretched vehicle. It would tip at like 35.7 miles an hour.
That's
These things were
hilarious.
trash.
Okay.
But everybody had them in like the late 80s, early 90s,
They're cheap,
right? And you could take the top off. You know, it was a cheap Jeep. You
Yeah.
know, so it's a fucking lawnmower with a canvas top.
Okay.
But they sat up high enough. So one night, we all worked at this retirement community, but I'm not working that night. And I forget that it's patrolled by off-duty state police. So I decide I'm going to scare this motherfucker. And I slide under his car at, look at you over there, at, what do you call it? When he gets off. Yeah. And I slide under his car and I just wait for him to come out. Now, our friend Chris, he would stutter, but only when he got nervous. And the way he stuttered wasn't like, he wouldn't keep hitting a letter like tit-tit-tit-tit. He would hold it. He'd be like, what are you doing, man? He'd hold the letter. You know what I mean? Why you here, man? That kind of shit, okay? Totally different stutter than I have ever heard before.
I've never processed the difference in those types of stutters.
That is two different kinds of
There's two different kinds of
Astute
stutter.
observation.
Wow.
Really.
That is good, dude.
Yeah.
That is good.
So I'm waiting under his car, and here he comes, and he gets in, and he puts that one foot down, and I just go for it. And he's like, oh! And I didn't expect this man to scream like he screamed. He fucking screamed. Ah! Here come the police and shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I had to crawl out and be like, nah, man, we're just trying to punk this fucking kid.
No.
We used to do him all the time. And then he would start saying, why you doing that shit, man?
No, not you're contributing
Give me a heart attack, man.
more to a stutter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we would do.
What if you took away a stutter? That would have been cool.
If what?
If you took away a stutter.
I don't think you could
That
scare
would
a
be
scare
He
hiccups.
doesn't stutter when he's scared.
I don't think you could scare a stutter out of
It's the hiccups of the throat.
You ain't scaring a stutter out of
No, I
somebody.
think he's constantly scared, and that's why he stutters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so sad.
Constantly.
Man, yeah. We when I was younger, we had these neighbors that we met, and their mom would go to work in the morning, and during the summers, like the girls would stay home because they think the oldest girl was like 12 or 13, and she was my friend. And then one day I was, for some reason, when we were 12, I was like, let's hide in the back of your mom's car and see how far.
The trunk?
No, just the back seat.
Okay.
When she's in it, and see how far we can get.
You like sit on the floor and put blankets over you or something like
Yeah,
that.
and in your head when you're a kid, it's a good idea. And then when she gets in the car and we're hiding, we're all under the blankets, she pulls out, she goes down the street, and now we're panicking because now we're like, we're kind of too far.
Taking this way too far.
And we don't know how to
are we
do
gonna
it.
surprise her? Are we gonna terrify her and run us
Now
off
she's
the road?
driving, we don't know how
Yeah.
to stop, and then literally we just kind of slowly come out of the blankets, and she's like, ah! And then she just stops the fucking car and sobs, and we're like,
I started crying. She cried.
we're like, fuck, dude, this is not what we
You
meant.
scared the shit out of that.
And she just goes,
lady.
get out.
She'd had enough.
And
that
she just
day,
made
dude.
us get out of the car, and we just had to walk into the house in silence. And we're like, your mom is mad.
Pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Pissed.
She was not happy. But, like, when you're a kid, you're just like, she's going to be like, whoa, you got me, tickle, tickle.
Yeah.
And, like, go.
Mom's gonna love this. Yeah, mom's gonna love this.
She was,
Oh,
she said,
cried her eyes out.
she said, get out. I was like, I don't think I can hang out with y'all anymore.
that feeling of crying because you were just frightened is like that's a hard cry too. You're like,
And it's
You
your,
go from
it's
scared
your
to
kids.
you so
relieved
hard,
to
yeah.
terrified to pissed.
It's your
the
kids
fuck
and your
off.
neighbor's
and
kids.
your neighbor's
oh,
kids.
it's annoying. It's
It's- yeah.
annoying.
that's crazy.
Yeah, we fucked her up, dude.
That is traumatizing. I bet you she remembers that
I
shit
think she
to this
remembers
day.
it.
Hell yeah.
One time in high school, this girl, Kelly, I'll say your name, bitch.
All right, Kelly,
Kelly, you fucking
we're
bitch.
at war with you, you dumb
Fuck
bitch.
She's
Kelly.
always been a bitch and for no reason. to
Yeah,
me.
Kelly,
So if
no
you're
reason.
watching-
You know what, Kelly? You had the fucking option to be cool and you weren't.
Yeah, what a bitch you are. So one time we were in the same TV production class, and for like finals, the teacher would give you a project, like you'd take some of the football highlights and you'd put something together and edit it a montage, and that was like part of the final to see. She would come into the thing, it was like little pods, and she'd watch your thing and give you a grade for your final. And I found Kelly's saved file She like had left it open, which was one of the rules in class. You should always make sure your file is closed so no one can get through it.
About to learn your
I had to
difficult
teach her
lesson.
a little lesson about production. And I got in the file and I replaced her audio with my own fart.
Nuh-uh. Did you really? You went the extra
I
mile.
recorded a fart. And bitch, if you were watching, that was me.
She didn't know, really?
That was fucking me. I farted on your final.
Did
And
you?
I did it. I'll do it again.
I'll do it again. I'm going back to school,
Me and
bitch.
my friend Brittany recorded it. We were dying laughing at the way the fart sounded.
Did she show it to the class?
Yeah, what happened?
that way,
Do you
It
or-
know
wasn't to
the
the class,
outcome?
it's just to the teacher. We don't know. We weren't there, but we know she had to play it. And it was probably like, instead of being like, I love football at Bayside High, it was probably like, just over and over and over.
On the
again.
loudspeaker.
Yeah.
Even if she had the chance to fix it, you know that shit hurt her feelings.
Yes, that
somebody
someone
came
farted
over
and her
took
audio.
her audio out and replaced it.
Kelly, if you're watching this, it was me.
I farted on your final, you
I
said.
farted on your final, and I'll do it again. I don't give a shit.
I did. I had a Kelly story. I'll give you a Kelly story. We were
Great Kelly
in,
story.
I want to say it's 5th grade. We had a kite flying contest, right?
Okay.
And there was this Kelly girl that was just always a better than thou. You know what I mean?
They
She was the
always
straight
are.
A student, and so she was
always are.
smarter, knew better, was better at everything than you were. Loved to tell you about it all the time. And she was going to win this kite flying competition. I'll never forget. I had a gala. I think you say gala, Gala kite. It was plastic. It was like a trash bag, and it had like 2 eyes on the underside. So it looked like some kind of like, I don't know, bat or some bullshit. It's black and white.
Okay.
She had this big, long, like dragon thing with the, you know.
Professional kite.
She had a kite.
She had a fucking $200 kite.
But all these fucking kites were left in a room, and I went in, and so the kite's in there. It's got a little knot and then a
His
sticker
bad
over
face.
it.
He's got a
Fuck
bad
yeah,
boy face.
sabotage.
And I
this
snuck
bitch.
in there and I peeled that sticker off and I untied that knot loose and I put the sticker back on just enough to hold, you know, the string on there
So she
for a little
thought
bit.
she could have some fun.
Give her some false
I like
confidence.
that you gave her a little. Yeah.
And I let mine up there a little bit, and hers went way up there, and it's going. And
She's probably like this.
and it's going, and all of a
started
sudden,
flying it.
it just gently broke off that string,
It's just gone.
and it started flying. I was like, "Look at it!" And I started dipping mine, like you
started doing tricks with
It
yours?
sounds like a garbage bag. It's going, you know. I didn't have a nice kite.
But you know how to maneuver. It's
But
like
I
a car
fucking
that's
let that
back.
bitch go. It went all the way. That shit broke off. Went in the woods back in the
Oh,
neighborhood. She was crying. First place.
First.
First motherfucking
Congrats.
place. Thank
Congrats,
you.
you earned it.
And I'll do it again.
You absolutely earned that.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck Kelly.
Straight up sabotage that kite,
Screw
bitch.
Kellys.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them. Did you have a Kelly?
I never had a Kelly. I
had
never
the-
had a prank. I was nice growing up. People pranked me.
Don't
I
let
was
this
not-
bitch fool you.
I
What's the
pranking
what's the
people.
best
Don't
prank
let
someone
this bitch
pulled
fool you
on
tell
you?
you she was nice growing up. She threw a brawl at a lesbian.
I did throw a brawl at a
and
lesbian.
outed her in the
Oh,
cafeteria.
and outed her.
And
That's
said,
what.
this is
Outed
from
her
your
in the
girlfriend,
cafeteria.
bitch. This bitch. No,
Hey,
I
This girl
was
was
nice.
dating my friend. She's fucking with my friend's feelings. I had to do something.
She outed her.
That's a hell of a way to do it.
Sometimes you gotta throw a bra in a bitch's face in high school. What do you want?
Sure, but you know what? I've never done like a secret sneaky prank. Like I guess
yeah.
like the love letters to my friend's crush was like it was all like lighthearted stuff or whatever.
What was the poem? Can you tell Sickler of the thrice? What was it?
Right. My friend was a lesbian in an all girls school, and she was like closeted for the longest time. Where just like her
What
little
a
group of
shame.
friends-
In an all-girls school,
All-girls
this
school.
is your fucking
But only
wheel.
her-
It's like being a diabetic in a candy shop, sweetie.
Only,
God
like,
forbid.
her
I'd at
small-
least bumped into some titties, for Christ's sake.
Her
God.
small group
I'm
of friends about
blind.
it.
I'm blind. Right over the nipple.
So she would be like,
Let me just goldfish it.
Okay.
first of all, she was the most obvious too. Like it was. Just
She was
writ-
Jane Lynch.
It was written all over again.
Just
She
walked
was-
around wearing,
You little lady's about to have lunch today.
just
It's
wearing a
turkey
key
day.
ring. Got a key ring on and shit.
Turkey day.
Turkey day. I got some fucking softball bats out in my pickup. Okay.
So she had this girl, this really pretty girl with a lisp that she was just obsessed with, right? She just like could not stop talking about her to the group of friends, but it was like a really big deal that it never came out to anybody, whatever. But I go to this girl's house like really often, and I convince her that in order to stop talking to me about this girl, I couldn't handle it anymore. I was like, I can't listen to how hot this chick is. I don't fucking care anymore, and you won't talk about it with anybody else but me, so it's like a problem for me.
Right.
So I convince her that we should just write letters to this girl, and I'll help her slip them in her locker when nobody's looking or whatever. And we used to write like the most like, so we would try to make them like funny but sensual and rhyming poems. That
Throw him a letter.
We would type. Okay,
Here, give me a little
imagine
sample.
opening your
Give me a little
locker.
sample.
her hair, her eyes, her legs, so nice. No, her hair, her eyes, her thighs, so nice. I'd fuck her twice. Hell, I'd fuck her thrice.
Like a Dr. Sleuss over here.
Dr. Sleuss.
Sleuss.
Isn't that the creepiest poem?
Thrice. Nobody's putting any thrice in my pussy, okay? I don't know what thrice is, but thrice will not be entering my pussy, okay?
Who puts anything that rhymes with rice in a poem?
Listen, if I fucked you twice and you say thrice, you ain't getting that third one.
I mean,
You know
you're
what
not
I mean?
getting thrice.
You ain't getting thrice.
You're not getting thrice or fifth.
I'd rather you call it a hat trick than thrice, for
Dude,
Christ's
these
sake.
things started romantic, and as time went on, we made them. They were just cringier and funnier and more.
But did the girl
more
like
wild.
it?
Well, it became kind of like a fun thing between her and her group of friends, where they would all get together and read them and wonder who they're from.
So they never found out?
They had their suspicions.
Jane Lynch was giggling in the corner.
Right, yeah.
Just peeking out from beside a locker to see them.
What are you guys
The
reading?
only girl in school with a bowl cut was giggling. I can't. I'm done. Not with Jane
They
Lynch.
knew who the fuck
Not
it
Alex
was.
and Jane
Yeah,
Lynch
they
causing
knew
her
who it
trouble
was.
fucking her thighs thrice.
Thricely fucking.
Twice, hell, and then we, yeah. This girl had such a lisp too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man, Sickler. This is we've I don't know how to end this. How do we end on thrice?
And on the race, you want to write a poem
You're
about our experience together tonight?
my friend Ryan.
Oh, man.
His eye's so nice. I'd have him on Broad Topix once or twice. Fuck. I'd have him thrice.
That's pretty
Son of a
solid out of the
bitch, I
gate.
might have him thrice.
That's
Well, shit.
Meeting him today sure was nice.
nice. I'm gonna go see if I can't get me a threesome. I'm gonna start calling it that. I'm like, how many ladies into a threesome? What's a
Girls wanna have a
threesome?
threesome.
What's a threesome?
It's when you have a threesome 3 times over.
Is it 9 people? It's just 3.
Next time you're watching the NBA, they're gonna go thrice.
Thrice.
Sickler, thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
for
on to
having
our
me on. You're
podcast.
always
Did you
a good
have
time.
fun?
I did.
Okay,
You
good.
guys are always a good time.
Thank you. Is there anywhere you want to plug?
Yeah. Ryan Sickler on all social media, ryansickler.com. Subscribe to The Honeydew. Subscribe to my YouTube. Come out and see me on tour.
Hell yeah. And don't let them be humble about it. The Honeydew is the fucking funniest podcast ever. You highlight the lowlights. It's people's stories. They tell you
Thank
their
you.
stories in a funny way. Their most tragic moments of their life or craziest moments. It's awesome. So make sure you go check that out. Alex, where can people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar. And if you like this show, head to gasdigitalnetwork.com. Use promo code TOPIX, TOPIX. You're going to get a 7-day free trial with access to every episode of every show on demand, bonus content, live chat, and more. So do that.
And you guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/QueenCong1. And check out my other podcast, This Bitch with Sara Weinshenk. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.